Good evening, Homeworks members. My name is Casey Phelan, and before we begin tonight, I just wanted to cover our meeting protocol for tonight's event. First off, you should know that we can neither see nor hear you during this meeting, but we have worked very hard to make sure that you are still just as much a part of tonight's proceedings as you would be at our in-person meetings. The only difference is that all interaction on your end must be completed using one of three buttons located near the top right of your Zoom webinar screen. The first button is called Raise Hand, and it will be used whenever voting occurs tonight. When prompted with "All those in favor, raise your hand," please click this button to raise your hand if you are in support of the motion. The same goes when prompted with "All those opposed, raise your hand." If you are opposed to the motion, you should click the Raise Hand button at that time to show your opposition. The next button, Chat, is for making motions and making comments. Whenever a vote comes up this evening and the speaker asks, "Can I get a motion?" please type "So moved" in the chat box if you would like to make the motion. When the speaker asks for a second, please type "Second" in the chat box if you would like to second the motion. You can also use the chat box if you have a comment that you'd like to make at any time during the meeting. One thing we ask is that you do not use the chat box to ask questions. Instead, if you have a question, please click on the Q&A button. This will bring up a box that allows you to enter a question and view the answers to your questions all in one place. Your questions may be answered via chat, which will show up in that box, or during the live Q&A portion of the program, which will be noted in the same box as well. I will be personally monitoring your comments and questions tonight, and we will be sure to follow up with you after tonight's meeting if any of your questions are unable to be answered. Secondly, I hope that you all have your bingo cards ready for tonight. Remember to play along during the meeting by listening for key words and topics and checking off any that you hear us discuss tonight. If you get a vertical, horizontal, or diagonal bingo, please write the account holder's name and homework service address on the bottom of the card and return it to us by either placing a stamp on the card and putting it in your mailbox, or by sending a picture of it to the email address on the screen now. All those who turn in a winning bingo card will be placed in a raffle for one of 3 grand prizes, including 6 months, 4 months, or 2 months of free Homeworks Connect service at the connector package level. If you aren't connected to Homeworks Connect yet, we can instead apply an equivalent bill credit to your electric or propane account, but these options will be discussed with the winner when we call to notify you of your winnings. Please turn in your bingo card by May 26th to be entered into the raffle. Our winners will be announced and notified by May 28th. I also want to remind you that if you'd like, you can follow along with some of the topics we discussed this evening in your digital district meeting booklet, which you should have received by email this afternoon. This helpful booklet can also be accessed at the address shown on the screen now. And lastly, be sure to stay logged in until the end of this meeting so you don't miss out on the prize drawings you're already entered into tonight just by attending. Our prizes include a 55-inch smart TV, a robot vacuum cleaner, Homeworks bill credits, and many other exciting items, but you must be present to win, so please hang around. Thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoy this program as much as we have enjoyed putting it together. Now let's begin. To officially kick off tonight's meeting, here is your District 7 Director, Shirley Sprague.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to your first ever live streamed virtual district meeting. I am Shirley Sprague. I represent our district on the Homeworks Tri-County Electric Board of Directors. The past year has been a challenging one for all of us due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you for participating in our district meeting remotely tonight. Hopefully we can meet in person again soon, but for now, get comfortable and settled in for a great district meeting. I can't see your smiling faces, which is disappointing, but if I had to guess, I'd say our virtual format has probably attracted some first-time attendees this evening. Welcome to you newcomers. It's always great to have new members become engaged with our co-op. Some of you who have attended in the past may know that our district includes members who reside in Mecosta and Osceola counties. Nearly 5,400 of the cooperative's 23,000 members receive service in our district. I'm currently serving my second 3-year term as your District 7 Director. I consider it a privilege to serve as your representative and want to thank you for that opportunity. In addition to representing you on the Homeworks Board, I am also honored to have been chosen by fellow board members to represent Homeworks on the board of our power supplier, Wolverine Power Supply Cooperative. I am pleased to report that both organizations are working diligently and effectively on your behalf. I am proud to work with these distinguished organizations to serve my friends and neighbors and our community. Even with the pandemic affecting every aspect of our business, it has been a very busy and productive year here at HomeWorks. We have been investing a significant amount of time and capital into the hardening of our electric system, which is making our electricity even more reliable. In addition to that, we continue to work toward offering fiber internet service to all members through our HomeWorks Connect fiber internet business, while also maintaining other excellent services, including Tri-County Propane, our energy optimization program, and many more. CEO Chris O'Neill will tell you more about all those exciting projects in his co-op update tonight. We also have some co-op business to conduct this evening. In addition to electing your board representative every 3 years, you also choose delegates to attend our annual meeting. Then the delegates elect district officers each May. I'm very sad to report that we lost one of our district officers since we last met in person with the passing of our district chair, Jean Chapin. We appreciated Jean's many years of service to our co-op. I'd like to send my thoughts and prayers out to her family and friends. We certainly miss her. Our district vice chair is Don Pasalt from Hersey, and our district secretary is Connie Gibson from Everett. Don will conduct our brief business meeting in just a few minutes, and we will elect a new officer to fill our open seat later tonight. Thank you, Don and Connie, for your service to our district. Even though I am disappointed that we cannot meet in person, I'm glad for this chance to speak with you. I'm excited for the opportunities this virtual format has given us to reach new members with this meeting. Having informed member owners makes HomeWorks a stronger cooperative. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Please welcome CEO Chris O'Neill.
Thank you, Director Sprague. District 7 members, I'd like to echo Director Sprague's sentiments in welcoming you to your first ever live streamed virtual district meeting. I'm Chris O'Neill. I took over as your CEO in May of last year upon the retirement of Mark Kapler. And I want to say that it is my great privilege to serve you. Like Director Sprague, I too wish we could be in person with you tonight, but I'm thrilled to have so many of you in attendance virtually. Our co-op depends on members like you who are willing to be involved and informed. We're very eager to update you on the exciting things that have been happening at HomeWorks over the past year in just a bit here tonight. Right now, I want to thank you, our members, for your part in the democratic control of your cooperative. Each of you have a voice and a vote in everything that we do, and I appreciate that you have selected such good leaders to run your district meetings, serve as your nominating committee, and represent you on our board of directors. Shirley and her 6 fellow board members provide insightful leadership throughout the year that we truly value. Now, Memorial Day is coming up in just a couple of weeks, and I want to take a moment to thank those of you who are veterans, as well as those who have family members that are currently serving. Please know that your service is appreciated by everyone here at HomeWorks. As Director Sprague mentioned, I know we have several first-time district meeting attendees logged on tonight. We're so happy to have you, as well as you members who have been attending your district meetings for years. For the newcomers, I thought it might be helpful to provide a quick co-op 101, as cooperatives are a unique form of business you may have not experienced anywhere else. Did you know that as a member of HomeWorks, you're not only a customer of your co-op, but also an owner? That's right, we're a not-for-profit utility service owned by you and about 23,000 of your neighbors across all our rural mid-Michigan service footprint. In fact, it was members just like you in Eaton, Ingham, and Jackson counties who first formed our co-op over 80 years ago in 1937. At that time, as electricity was galvanizing big cities and metropolitan areas, rural Michigan residents and farmers felt left behind by the big electric companies. Those investor-owned companies didn't see enough profit to serve the less densely populated rural areas with power. Needing electricity to power their farms, a group of rural residents took matters into their own hands, formed Tri-County Electric, and the rest is history. Over 8 decades later, we're still solely committed to serving your needs. And that's really the gist of the co-op difference, that focus on you. We don't have to answer to some faraway investors, so we can listen to you, our members. Our only mission is to provide you with reliable energy, comfort, and communication solutions to enhance your quality of life. We've done that since 1937 with electricity, and just over 20 years ago, we added propane service to the mix. After seeing a real need through our communities, we've added high-speed fiber internet service. We'll talk a bit more about all those services later. First, I want to quickly highlight another thing that really sets your co-op apart, which is our concern for the communities that we serve. Our board of directors and employees all live right here within our rural mid-Michigan footprint, and that means we care very much about the communities that we serve. We try to do all we can to make a positive impact for the people who live here, especially those people who are in need. One of the most important ways we try to fulfill that goal here at Homeworks is through our Tri-County People Fund. Our People Fund has granted over $2.3 million to families and organizations in need throughout our service territory since 1993. Recent People Fund grants in this area include contributions to Angels of Action in Big Rapids and the Mecosta Osceola Lake Conservation District. Our People Fund is made possible by those of you who voluntarily round up your monthly electric bill to the nearest dollar. And I want to thank you sincerely. That contribution equals an average of just $6 per member per year, but your spare change really adds up to help fulfill a need in our community. Our People Fund board of 7 volunteers, each from one of our districts, works very hard to make sure each grant request is considered with care. Here in District 7, your People Fund director is Geraldine Strong. I'd like to personally thank Geraldine for the time and compassion that she puts into this service on the People Fund. Geraldine, the work you and your fellow board members do impacts hundreds of lives in our communities every year, and we couldn't do it without you. Thank you. There'll be more to come on the People Fund's impact later in the program. For now, I want to wrap up my welcome by touching on the challenging year we've all just come through together. The COVID-19 pandemic has affected every aspect of business here at Homeworks, but more importantly, I know it has deeply impacted your lives. Some of you have been put through a tough financial situation by the loss of a job. Others have dealt with isolation, sickness, and quarantine within your family, while still others, worst of all, have lost loved ones to the virus. All I can say is that my heart and the hearts of everyone here at Homeworks truly go out to you. What strengthens me and gives me great hope for the future is the overwhelming unity that I've witnessed throughout this pandemic. I know there's a lot of division and brokenness to be found if you look at the outside world, but here in co-op country, I believe we've come together like never before during this challenging time. Our first responders and medical professionals have sacrificed their own health and so much more to keep us safe. Our teachers have found a way to make sure our children receive a quality education in the face of unprecedented challenges. Volunteers at local food banks and other charities have stepped up to serve more people in need than ever before. And every day, heroes throughout our service territory have gone above and beyond the call of duty to help their neighbors pull through the pandemic. All of these acts of selflessness embody the cooperative spirit. And that's why I know we're going to be okay. Cooperatives were built for times like this. We know that a challenge is just another opportunity to grow and get better. We've gotten through the past 15 months together, and we will continue to work as a team, everyone doing their part until soon we come out the other side better and stronger than before. We're all part of a cooperative, and that's just what we do. You're probably aware that our lobbies are currently closed to help ensure your safety and ours during this stage of the pandemic, but our drive-through and phone lines are open, and our office and field employees are working diligently and safely to serve your needs. If you're struggling to pay your bill as a result of the pandemic or have any other COVID-related concerns, please give us a call. We will do our absolute best to help you. All right, I'll be back with a brief operations update in a few minutes. First, you need to conduct your annual business meeting. Let's quickly review the purpose of the meeting. We ask you to come to your district meeting each year, first to conduct the business of the cooperative, second to elect delegates to our annual meeting in August, and third to elect district officers who run these meetings and serve as the nominating committee every 3 years. Speaking of our annual meeting, we are tentatively planning to hold an in-person meeting on the morning of Saturday, August 21st in Mount Pleasant. Last year's annual meeting had to be postponed to coincide with this year's meeting due to the pandemic. But we are monitoring the public health situation and are hoping that it will be in a good spot by this summer to allow us to meet in person. Our annual meeting delegates and alternates will receive more information on that in the mail in the coming months as we solidify our plans. Now, let's bring up your district officers to conduct your annual business meeting. The bylaws provide us with a suggested agenda. Remember, this meeting is when you will use the chat box to type in a motion or a second, and the raise hand button to support or oppose a motion. Your district vice chair, Don Pasalt, will now come up to conduct the business meeting. Don?
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Don Passall, and I've been our district's vice chair for about 13 years. Homeworks Executive Assistant Michelle Hunn just informed me that we do have a quorum with 120 households members in attendance tonight. Thank you for taking the time to log on. Let's start our business meeting off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And now we'll have our secretary, Connie Gibson, take care of our next agenda item.
Thank you, Don. The notice of meeting, proof of mailing, and 2019 minutes are on pages 4 and 5 of your district meeting booklet. I move we dispense with the reading of these and accept them as presented. Don?
Is there a motion to? Can I get a second? Can I get a second? Okay, you got me lost. We have okay, our moderators tell me we have a motion and a second to accept the notice of meeting, proof of mailing, and the minutes from our last meeting as presented. All those in favor, raise your hand. All opposed? All opposed, it's time for you to raise your hand. Motion's carried. Typically, at our in-person district meetings, we ask members as they register at the door if they would like to serve as a delegate to our annual meeting that year. Since we are not able to do that this year with the virtual format, the Homeworks management team has recommended that our delegates from our last meeting in 2019 serve as annual meeting delegates again. We will also allow anyone not on the 2019 list who is interested in attending this year's annual meeting to sign up as an additional delegate. Is there a motion to use the 2019 delegate list? Yes. And is there a second? Yes. So if there's anyone here tonight who is not already on the list, but interested in becoming a delegate for this year, please contact Homeworks Executive Assistant Michelle Hunn at the email address or phone number on the screen now. Mr. O'Neill, please come forward for the election of district officers. How many in favor? Oh, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. All those in favor for using the 2019, please raise your hand. Okay, and now all those opposed, please raise your hand. All right, apparently we've got that part corrected where I messed up. As I said, if you want to come and weren't on that list, contact Michelle. At this point, I'm going to ask Chris O'Neill to come forward for the election of district officers.
Thank you, Don. First, me remind you what your district officers do for your cooperative. The chairman typically runs the annual business meeting. The vice chair steps in if the chair is not available, as Don is doing here tonight. The secretary reads the notice of mailing and calls for the approval of the minutes from the previous year's meeting, as Connie did this evening. Every 3 years, the officers also serve as your nominating committee when your district's board seat comes up for election. That will be their job next year. Your district chair seat is currently open, so you need to elect someone to fill this position. If there are any nominations from the floor, please enter the name into the chat box now. Shirley Sprague has nominated Don Pasalt for district chair. Are there any other nominations? Okay, if there are no other nominations, I would entertain a motion to elect Don Pasalt as district chair. Our moderator says we have a motion. Do we have a second? It has been moved and seconded to elect Don Pasalt as chair. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Those opposed, please raise your hand. The motion is carried. Your district vice chair is Don Pasalt, but since he was just elected chair, this seat is now open. Are there any other nominations from the floor? Shirley Sprague has nominated Elaine Grace of Mecosta. Elaine has indicated she would be willing to serve as vice chair if elected. Are there any other nominations? If not, I would entertain a motion to elect Elaine Grace as district vice chair. We have a motion. Do we have a second? It has been moved and seconded to elect Elaine Grace as vice chair. All those in favor, please raise your hand now. Those opposed, please raise your hand. The motion is carried. Your district secretary is Connie Gibson. Connie has indicated that she would agree to serve as district secretary again. Are there any other nominations from the floor? If not, I would entertain a motion to re-elect Connie Gibson as district secretary. We have a motion. Do we have a second? It has been moved and seconded to elect Connie Gibson as secretary. All those in favor, please raise your hand now. Those opposed, please raise your hand. The motion is carried. Congratulations and thanks to all of you. Now I'll turn it back over to Don.
Thank you, Mr. O'Neill. One item of new business is choosing the location of next year's meeting. If it is agreeable to, if we are able to be held in person. Is there a motion to hold it at St. Michael's Parish Center in Remus again, as in the past? We have a motion. Is there a second? We have a second. All those in favor, please raise your hand. All right. All those opposed, please raise your hand. All right. We have, the motion has carried. Is there any other business to come before this district? If not, I will accept a motion to adjourn. We have a motion. Is there a second? There is a second. All those in favor, raise your hand. All those opposed, please raise your hand. All right, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Now, if you've attended your district meeting in the past, you know now is the time we would typically bring up our employees in the front of the room and introduce them to you. Obviously, with this digital format, we're not going to do those introductions, but I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to recognize our 101 employees who make up the Homeworks team. These talented men and women amaze me every day with their insights, their skills, and their dedication to doing whatever it takes to serve you well. Even in the face of the pandemic, we've continued to find a way to deliver the same reliable services that you've come to expect from us. And as your CEO, I couldn't be more proud of them. Thank you, Homeworks employees. Remember, if you have a question, there will be time after the program for me to address it. Just type your question in anytime using the Zoom Q&A box, and our moderator will get it to me during our question and answer session. I told you earlier about the Tri-County Electric People Fund and how it's made a big difference in our communities. We have a couple of other community programs that might help make a big difference here at home too. This year, we made over $30,000 in Touchstone Energy classroom technology grants to 23 local classrooms, including grants here in District 7 to the Big Rapids Middle School for a 3D printer, St. Michael Catholic School for Chromebooks, and Everett Middle School for engineering tools. We also awarded a $1,000 Touchstone Energy College Scholarship to 15 high school students in our service territory, including Avery Claybaugh from Chippewa Hills High School, right here in District 7. And we also granted a $1,000 utility technician scholarship to Alex Beard of Portland to help him attend Alpena Community College's lineman program. We let you know about these programs each year through our Country Lines magazine, our website, and our Facebook page. And we hope you'll tell your family members or neighbors who might qualify in the future. We love any opportunity to support our local students and teachers. As you know, the pandemic has caused a greater need than ever before throughout our service territory. We've tried to help meet that need over the past year with some extra grants, donations, and community outreach whenever we've had the chance. To highlight some of those giving opportunities, we put together a quick community impact video that we think you'll enjoy.
Concern for community. It's one of the 7 guiding principles that the cooperative business model was founded upon. And here at Homeworks, it's a principle we strive to embody every day in every way that we can. You see, we don't just do business here in rural mid-Michigan. We live here, and we genuinely care about the communities we serve. With the pandemic bringing about more dire financial hardship and a deeper need throughout our service territory, we have made it our mission to give even more. With your support, in the past 12 months, we have been able to give over $140,000 to our neighbors in need. That includes $65,000 in People Fund grants to local families and organizations, $30,000 in Touchstone Energy Classroom STEAM grants supporting our local schools, $15,000 in college scholarships to students who live on our lines, $15,000 to support local food banks and family resource organizations through the CoBank Sharing Success Program, and over $15,000 in other community outreach opportunities. Thank you for your support of these programs. Together, we're making a difference. That's part of what makes us a cooperative, and you can rest assured that Homeworks will never stop caring about you and your community.
That really makes you feel good. And I have to point out that we couldn't have had that impact in our communities without your support. Thank you for your patronage, for rounding up your bill for the People Fund, and for all the other ways in which you uplift our giving programs. You're making a big difference for your neighbors in need. Moving on to our financials, you'll find a detailed financial report on pages 8 and 9 and 12 and 13 of your district meeting booklet. As you can see, your co-op is continuing to grow slowly and steadily with a net of 221 new active members in the past 12 months. Energy sales are also up slightly from last year, with a 4% increase in kilowatt hour sales over 2019. Our overall financial numbers are strong, and I'm proud to report that the financial status of both the cooperative and our subsidiary is very healthy. I mentioned earlier that you are part owner of Homeworks. Did you know that means you get your share in our profits? That's right. Part of being a co-op member means that when we have an operating margin, that money gets allocated back to you, the members, as capital credits based on your share of electricity purchases during the year. In fact, you should see that allocation from 2020 on your bill statement this month. That allocation of margins helps make up your equity in the co-op. Our bylaws call for us to use these funds as needed as operating capital for the cooperative. Then, during the years that our board deems the financial status of the co-op will allow it, we retire some of the capital credits and return them to you, typically as credits on your bill. So far, we've returned over $24 million in member equity to you and your neighbors. Your board voted not to make a capital credit retirement this year due to the significant capital we're investing in hardening the electric system and the deployment of our fiber internet network to benefit all of our members. But don't worry, that equity is yours, and you can expect it to be returned to you in the future, even if you move off our lines. Okay, I just mentioned the work we've been putting into our electric system, so now is a great time for an electric reliability update. I'm excited to report to you that your power was over 99.95% reliable in 2020. That is in large part due to the investment we've made to harden our electric system against wind and storms in order to prevent outages before they happen. We have implemented a regular cycle of checking our rights-of-ways and clearing trees away from the lines, which makes a huge difference in your reliability, since trees are by far the #1 cause of outages. We are also working to upgrade and move circuits closer to roads for easier access. That helps us respond quicker when you do have an outage. And we have recently replaced hundreds of our aging poles. Much of that pole replacement has been part of what we call our make-ready work for the construction of our fiber internet network. Since our fiber network follows our electric lines, the work we do to prepare and upgrade the system for fiber naturally benefits the electric system as well. We're seeing the difference too, with areas where our fiber internet has been deployed seeing far fewer outages during storms. This is great because it means that our fiber internet deployment is benefiting each and every member, even if you don't sign up for Homeworks Connect high-speed fiber internet service. Speaking of Homeworks Connect, I know a lot of you are excited about this service, so I want to give you a quick update on our progress. Here in District 7, the zones in your area are beginning to be connected during the current phase, Phase 4. The remaining zones will be completed during Phase 5, which is scheduled to begin next year. And that's very exciting. We continue to get positive feedback from those of you who have been connected to this service. We currently have over 5,200 Homeworks Connect subscribers, and those members tell us they are very happy with the exceptional speed, reliability, and customer service they're experiencing. As a Homeworks Connect customer myself, I can tell you that the service definitely delivers for my family of 5. No matter how many devices my wife, 3 sons, and I throw at it, our speed and reliability hold up, with no worries about connection issues or lagging of any kind. That's important because, as you know, rural quality broadband access has become even more vital than ever before over the past year. We're proud to be answering that need for members like you, and we're working as quickly as possible to complete the build of our network in our northern service territory. Like I said before, we're currently in Phase 4 of a 5-phase construction plan, and we are already underway in engineering Phase 5. We have built out a total of 1,150 mainline miles to date, which reflects an incredible amount of work on behalf of our fiber team and our contractors. And we're currently connecting dozens of homes to this service per week. One thing some of our members don't realize is that Homeworks Connect also offers reliable and affordable home phone service. You can receive a bundle discount if you have both internet and phone service, but you can also sign up for our phone service separately without Homeworks Connect internet. So if you're not a Homeworks Connect customer yet and you're looking to upgrade your home internet or phone service, please give our fiber team a call or visit join.homeworksconnect.org. We'd love to connect with you. All right, let's move on to another type of technology, electric vehicles. As EVs continue to become more prevalent, I know a lot of you may have questions about them and or are considering their potential for your household. To answer some of those questions, we've got a quick video for you featuring our energy advisor and resident electric vehicle specialist, Brandon Treeweiler, and our very own all-electric Chevy Bolt.
How are we doing today, Homeworks members? Today, we're going to talk about 5 fast facts around electric vehicles. My name is Brandon Treeweiler, Energy Advisor, and let's get started. Fact 1. Today, we're going to talk about the operating costs of the electric vehicle. Most electric vehicles are going to cost right around 3 cents a mile to operate. Now, the equivalent of a gas-powered 4-door sedan with the equivalent of 34 to 35 miles per gallon is going to cost anywhere to 8 to 8.5 cents per mile. Fact 2, we're going to start talking about the range of some of these electric vehicles. The Chevy Bolt that you see behind me has actually got an estimated range of 240 miles. And that is really just scratching at the surface of what some of these manufacturers are doing. Certain models like Tesla easily get over 300 miles off a full charge. Fact 3, these electric vehicles can easily be charged in your own garage with a simple 240 volt charger. And really, with some of the range of some of these electric vehicles, 90% of all charging happens in your own garage. Now, there is a nationwide network of DC fast charging stations and level 2 public charging stations that can be easily found through apps that can be downloaded to your smartphone. Fact 4, maintenance costs. Now, some of our members still feel like electric vehicles are too expensive compared to gas-powered vehicles, but really, when you look at the maintenance costs of owning an electric vehicle, no oil changes, less moving parts, and then you also have a federal tax incentive that helps offset the initial cost of an electric vehicle. With all those factors, really, they're very comparable to a gas-powered vehicle. Fact 5, what is Homeworks Tri-County doing? Right now, we have a $500 level 2 charging incentive for our residential members. And also this year, we're also looking at deploying a network of level 2 charging stations within our service territory. So there it is, the 5 fast facts on electric vehicles. Please, if you want more information, go to homeworks.org, select on the EV page, or always call us. We'd always be more than happy to help.
As your electric cooperative, we want to be a trusted resource that you can come to with any questions you have about electric vehicles. So please, if you're looking for more information, give our office a call and we'll connect you directly to Brandon. Electric vehicles are a great example of beneficial electrification, which is replacing direct fossil fuel use such as gasoline with electricity in a way that reduces overall emissions and energy costs. Our power supplier, Wolverine Cooperative, helped us come up with a number of additional rebates to help you make these beneficial choices as part of their continued focus on clean energy, while keeping your power costs stable. As you can see in the Homeworks energy rebate chart on the screen, these incentives can save you on putting a heat pump in your home, a vehicle charger in your garage, and more. Beneficial electrification can be a great way to save on your energy bills and help the environment at the same time. So we hope you'll consider taking advantage of these great rebates. You can read more about how to qualify for these on the energy efficiency page of our website, homeworks.org. So I just mentioned Wolverine Power's focus on clean energy. As a Homeworks member, you can be proud that Michigan Electric Cooperatives powered by Wolverine lead the state in providing electricity that is over 60% carbon-free and nearly 20% renewable. That's just another benefit of being a member of a cooperative, where we care about much more than just the bottom line. I want to wrap up my update by telling you about another great service we offer, which is Tri-County Propane. In 2020, this subsidiary grew its customer base to a total of 4,094 customers. Over 20 years ago, our propane crews have done an exceptional job of delivering great value to customers in our area with dependable propane at competitive prices. Again, this year, we kept our promise of guaranteed capped rates, even with colder weather over the winter months, Our drivers worked hard no matter how cold the temperatures dropped or how deep the snow got to make sure none of our autofill customers ran out of propane. And our experienced and highly trained propane customer service team worked to provide an incredible level of service beyond compare. Even if you don't use our propane service, you still benefit from Tri-County Propane. The continually growing business pays dividends back to the cooperative, which helps build the equity and keep the co-op financially strong and healthy. And that's good for all of us. If you rely on propane service for your home or business, but haven't given Tri-County Propane a try, I would encourage you to check us out. We have great offerings like 24-hour service, a budget plan, autofill and metered service, and more, all with the same reliability you've come to expect from Homeworks. We're currently running a limited time special offer for new propane customers. Please give us a call if you're interested in learning more about that and hearing about how Tri-County Propane can deliver for you. So that was a quick look back at the past year of your co-op. As you can see, we've been very busy, and as challenging as it's also been a very productive year. Our employees work hard every day to make you their priority, whether they're building power lines, installing fiber internet, delivering propane, or answering your phone calls. Throughout this pandemic and beyond, I can promise you that we will always maintain that commitment to you and providing you with reliable utility services that enhance your quality of life. Now, we're going to answer some of your questions before wrapping up with the most exciting part of the night, our prize giveaways. If you have a question that you'd like me to try and answer tonight, please type it in the Q&A function and our moderator will pass it along to me. We've received a few questions from attendees prior to tonight's meeting during the registration process, so I'll answer those now. The first question is, when will internet be in our area? Our tentative plan right now is to complete our fiber construction throughout our service territory by the end of 2022. We may still be doing connections after that time period, but our goal is to build out all of the main line by the end of 2022 and offer the service to all of our members. The next question is, will Homeworks Connect provide internet, phone, and TV? So Homeworks Connect does provide internet and phone, as we discussed earlier in the program, but TV options are left up to the discretion of our members. And we have many great streaming services that you can utilize the internet connection to connect to for TV service. Some of those include YouTube TV, Hulu, Netflix, to name a few. And that's how the majority of our members are getting their TV content with our connection. The next question, how do I get more info on what Homeworks is doing with solar and renewable energy? If you're interested in discussing solar or renewable energy, please give our office a call and we can get you connected to our energy advisor, Brandon Treeweiler, or one of our engineers in our engineering department. The next question here is, who do we address about trees touching the electric lines? If you have trees that are touching the electric lines or endangering the electric system, please give us a call and we can make sure we pass that information along to our vegetation management and certified arborist to review. Looks like we have a couple more questions that have come in. One here is, have you ever considered adding an appliance protection plan like Consumers Energy and DTE? We have discussed this, these types of things in the past, not necessarily for appliances, but for generators. And with all of the things that we do here at Homeworks, that didn't seem like one that we wanted to take on. With the electric and the broadband and the propane business, we want to maintain our sole focus on offering utility services and not necessarily on in-home appliances. We think that's where we can be the most useful to our members. Any other questions? I think that's it. Thank you so much for those thoughtful questions. If I didn't get to your question, please know that we'll follow up individually with you to address your concern. Thank you all for your attendance at your first ever virtual live stream district meeting tonight. We love the opportunity to update you and we look forward to being able to meet with you in person again very soon. Until then, please stay well, stay safe, and stay healthy. Now let's give away some big prizes. Executive Assistant Michelle Hoon and Human Resource Manager Angel McCliggett are going to come up now and draw our raffle winners. Good luck.
All right, let's draw some prize winners. We're going to start small and work our way up to the big prizes. So first, we're going to start off with our $25 HomeWorks bill credits. We're going to give away 5 of those this evening. And I want to apologize at the beginning if I mess up on the last names. We will contact you.
That means if you got a complicated name, you're probably a winner.
Yep. So our first winner of a $25 bill credit is Kyle Taliska of Stanwood. We'll give you a call, Kyle. Our next winner is Mark Powell of Everett. Next, we have Timothy Kuhn of Canadian Lakes. John Haney of Morley. I need one more. And Charlene Snyder of Remus. Congratulations. Next, we're going to move on to some $50 bill credits. And the first winner of that is Michael Rotter of Barrington. Then we have Mary Ann Wernette of Remus. Marv Bauman of Remus. And Jamie Jackson of Everett. Congratulations. All right, part of caring for our communities is supporting local businesses. So we're going to give away a $50 gift certificate to the Lakeside Pizza and Grinders in Stanwood. Sounds good. They just happen to be a HomeWorks member here in District 7. The winner of that is Greg Askin of Stanwood. Next up, we have a smartwatch. That winner is Mark Klump of Canadian Lakes. Next prize this evening is for a Nest thermostat. That's for Hazel Schneider of Canadian Lakes. Next up, we're going to give away an Echo Show device. That's for Donald Blau of Remus. Now we have an iPad that we're going to give away, an Apple iPad. That's for Kay Johnston of Morley. Congratulations. All right, next up, we have a Ring doorbell. That's for Kelly Lobart of Blanchard. Next thing we're going to give away is a robot vacuum.
It's our favorite one.
Yes, it is. Does the work for you.
That's right.
The winner of that is Ryan Beloff of, or I'm sorry, Ryan Bell, it says, of Stanwood. And our last prize to give away this evening is the big one. It's the 55-inch TV. And that winner is Richard Selders of Hersey. All right. Congratulations, everyone. Okay, that's it for our prizes this evening. Congratulations to all of our winners. If you want a bill credit, it will be automatically credited to your account. If you want another prize, we'll follow up with you very soon to plan how to get the prize to you. Don't forget to turn in your bingo cards by May 26th, either by mail or by email. Thank you for attending your District 7 meeting, and good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.